Welcome folks to another episode of Mark and Munch, and this is the first episode of slightly different change in direction for the time being, as unfortunately I'm on a diet. So as much as I would love to munch a takeaway and munch some fun things, unfortunately it's just a no-go at this point in time, purely because I have some events coming up that will involve alcohol. So I want to hit the ground running with this sort of mini tidy up phase and make sure that I'm taking as much weight off my body, off my frame as possible at the moment. Well, say body fat, say weight, body fat off my frame as much as possible without any hiccups. I mean, you can definitely still sustain fat loss and have takeaways at the weekend, but it's just overall like a slower process. Whereas the process that I'm doing at the moment, I'm sort of expediting it because I've got a stag do weekend, like smack bang in the middle of it. So this is the main reason why I'm staying off the good stuff for the time being. However, what we do have this evening is one of my favorites, a fry up for dinner. And I fucking love it because you can actually eat this shit and still lose body weight, or body fat I should say. Why do I keep saying weight? Anyway, let me kind of talk you through this, right? So granted, the caveat to this today, what I will say is I had a later lunch and I had a later breakfast, so I could bulk out this meal some more for you guys, of course. Now, this meal right now is 932 calories, right? So it's almost 1,000 calories for this meal. Now, this is kind of on the extreme side because, you know, it's go big or go home on this channel, right? I can't have a little shitty fry up and sit and eat it in front of the camera while talking about fitness. Like, I have to have a decent sized thing, decent sized plate here. So what this actually is 4 large eggs, 8 lean bacon medallions.
Bacon? Lean bacon.
And 4 skinny steak sausages. Now, these skinny steak sausages are an actual hack because for each sausage, right, pick one up here, they are 100, it's only 100 calories for each of these sausages. You can get it out of Sainsbury's. I think it's We Hay Meat or something like that is the actual brand, but they are so good when dieting because it's like literally 100 calories for one sausage. So I'm having 4 square sausage here and it's 400 calories for the 4. The lean bacon medallions are pretty much a diet hack as well, because now I've tracked this in my phone, this is why I'm looking at the phone here. If I go into this, right, 8 slices of bacon,
lean bacon,
is 216 calories and it's 42 grams of protein with hardly any carbs and less than 5 grams fat. Insane. So the large eggs is pretty much where I'm using to bulk out the fat, and it also gives some more protein. So with the large eggs, they're actually 316 calories, 21 grams of fat in the eggs, but 30 grams of protein and no carbs. And I'll just give you the breakdown on the skinny steak sausage. So for the 4, like I said, it's 400 calories. Remember, it's 4 sausages we're talking about here. It's only 10 grams of fat amongst the 4 sausage, 50 grams of protein, and 22 grams of carbs. Now, per sausage, I'm just curious. So one of these sausages, as I said, is 100 calories, 5 grams of carbs, less than 3 grams fat, and 12 grams of protein. That's pretty decent macros for that. So all in, what I'm about to consume, as I said, is 932 calories. It's only 25 grams of carbs, 37 grams of fat, and 122 grams of protein on this plate. Insane. Dieting made easy, right? Dieting made easy. Now, before I get into this, we will salt everything on the plate. I'm gonna fire up the old faithful Coke Zero. And of course, tomato sauce. Don't judge me, I'm putting it over everything, don't judge me. Awesome, and that is us, guys. I am famished and I'm ready to tuck in. Bon appetit. So yeah, guys, this is gonna be a little bit different, as of course I'm gonna try and maybe over the course of the next few weeks show off some of my more diet hack meals like this. Now, Those sausages are so good. Here we go, one egg in one. Love that shit. Now, this isn't something I would have every single day. Certainly not something I would have every single week. Although I do love it. However, it's one of those dinners that if you're struggling on a diet, looking for some inspiration, looking for that treat without the cheat, then this is one of my go-tos, because I absolutely love a fry up, and everything on this plate, maybe not the cleanest, certainly not whole food, but it certainly curbs any craving for fast food, I'll give it that. And it's so easy to make as well, because outside of the eggs, you can have the bacon in the air fryer and the sausages in the air fryer. And hell, see if you wanted to, I mean, you don't have to have as much on the plate as I have. You could, you know, go 2 sausage, 2 eggs, 4 bits of bacon. If you wanted to bulk this out some more, get some patties going. Hell, get a roll, shove half of it on a roll. So, I think the plan with these videos is to kind of discuss the food that I'm eating and pick a sort of fitness topic, because so far you guys have just seen me as that random Scottish person that can attempt to munch strange things and occasionally gives an all-star review. But really, I've not really spent much time on this channel talking about myself and the sort of fitness side of stuff, so this is one of these tidy up phases I'm going through at the moment. And truthfully guys, I won't lie to you, the reason I'm going through this diet right now isn't because of Christmas and New Year. It's because of my holiday back in September. Now, unfortunately for me, the holiday back in December was a little bit too indulgent, to the point that I put on a lot of body fat. If you've ever been on a cruise, if you know, you know. So, bacon's good. Due to that lack of self-control back in September, I am now, well, we had to make a choice. I was just off the back of an extreme 5-month diet where I'd done a photo shoot. There wasn't much point jumping straight back into a diet. My metabolism wasn't ready. My body wasn't ready to push again in order to lose some weight. So I did the best I could between September and now, where I was as productive as I could be in terms of increasing calories, stabilising my metabolism, stabilising my calorie intake, and then pushing on my training. So yeah, we got a little bit of gains from September to January, but the damage in terms of body fat was already done, so there was no point in sustaining that sort of build phase for any longer. Damn, these eggs are good. It's the first time I've had 4 of these sausages in this plate. I'm so glad I did, because they're so good. Gonna go for a little bit of egg and bacon combo. Essentially the plan here is diet January to March, roughly March time, give or take. And if I can hit my target to reduce my body weight down to, then I'm going to start a big off season, or big build phase. And that's, timeline wise, ideally want it to last from March time all the way through to around September, if we can. And the reason for that is because I have a holiday book. To no one's surprise, another cruise, but this time will be different, because this time I won't be coming from, I won't just be off like a 5-month diet and be absolutely gagging for something to eat. I will be prepared. I'll be eating all the calories leading up to the holiday and all the calories on the holiday. So, be good. Then we'll see after we come back from that holiday what I've built underneath. Because when you're trying to build your physique, unfortunately that's the way you've got to swing the pendulum. It's not just a case of swinging the pendulum once to diet and then building back up and then that's you. There's always a new level to hit in your physique. There's always that next little push you can do, or that body part that you think, that could be a little bit better, that bicep could be a little bit bigger, that tricep could be a little bit more defined. Something like that, right? So it's always that new level. So we'll see where we're at there. I'm not gonna say stage 2027, but I can't lie, it's not in my head. Like, it's no guarantee, right? Nothing in this world is guaranteed. Would I like to? Yes, but only if I get the go-ahead from my coach. And I feel ready. It's got to all it's got to sync up. It's definitely got to sync up. And I know I could be so much bigger. So we'll see how the build phase goes. Just need to get through this diet first. And then we can get back to our regularly scheduled content because there's so much I want to try. I heard Scotland got its first Wendy's opened up not too long ago. So it's about a 40-minute drive from where I stay, so I quite like to try that out. So that's really essentially the year lined up, because depending on, I can't really say for certain what I'll be doing at Christmas time, but for sure, like, if the physique's good, if we've dieted, then we'll have that discussion at that time of, okay, let's think about some bodybuilding shows 2027. If not, we swing the pendulum a couple more times to get more definition in physique development. So yeah, action-packed year. Plus, with the whole side of like training and stuff like that, and coaching, like trying to capitalize on this year with the business side of things, because if I've not got like an extreme goal this year, then why not spend my time focusing on my business as well? I'm better than that. So yeah, that's my 2026 New Year's resolution, if you want. Isn't really a New Year's resolution. It's really just my own personal goals. But yeah, I think from a client perspective, watching these videos will be a little bit more interesting because it allows people to see a little bit more of my personality and what like I'm actually going to be having on like a Saturday night to kind of keep me sane, because the plan for this diet anyway is like I'm keeping things like pretty fucking clean, like 95% clean, outside of like meals like this, right? Like, in order for me to have a meal like this, I had Greek yogurt for my breakfast with some frozen fruit and a little bit of honey. And for my lunch, I had a chicken salad. Now you'll notice there's not a lot of carbs on this plate, and that's tactical because after this I'm going to go watch a movie and I've got popcorn that I want to eat. Now popcorn, usually decent in fat, high in carb obviously, and like fuck all protein. So if I can hit all of my protein prior to having the popcorn and snacking in a day, then I'm still able to have something and enjoy it and take it from there, sort of thing. Same goes like for the Ninja Creamy, which we'll be making a comeback probably next week, because Ninja Creamies are so filling, but really when you break it all down, it really just comes down to like a frozen protein shake, because it is literally, for the Ninja Creamies I make, it's Perform protein powder, a little bit of xanthan gum, maybe some sugar-free sweetener, and some almond milk, and that is it. If you want to add additional toppings to bulk it out, make it a little bit more fancy, be my guest. But those sort of like frozen protein shake ice creams taste fucking amazing. It's only like 200 calories, if that, probably less than, and you can get a fuck ton of protein, fuck all fat in it, and like a little bit of carbs. But there's fuck all carbs as well, so it's just pure protein essentially, and it tastes amazing, because some of the ice cream you can make generally tastes, I'm not going to say exactly like supermarket or restaurant ice cream, but pretty fucking close. Like if you had a blindfold on, you probably couldn't tell the difference. But again, you know, these are just all sort of like small tweaks you can make when you're dieting, just to kind of make it a little less tedious and a little bit more enjoyable. But ultimately you have to find what works for you if you want to stick to a diet. But the key is consistency, and if you can't stick to a diet for more than 7 days at the very, very least, then you're going to make no progress. And ultimately that is the sad truth. So if you are currently dieting, my advice to you is fuck around and find out. Find some foods that you love to eat, healthy ones obviously, I'm not talking about smashing pizzas and chips and shit, and try and stick to that for at least 14 days, 2 weeks, and then step on the scale after those 2 weeks and see how you're done. All right, so that was absolutely amazing. I'm going to go get my popcorn now. We'll maybe let that settle for about 20 minutes. I'll enjoy this. The gas in this helps to sort of like fill the belly as well, so I do enjoy my 0 calorie Coca-Cola when I'm dieting as well. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on this kind of like new style of video. Like, subscribe this video as normal. Follow me on Instagram at markr_fitness, and stay tuned, because I'll be back same time, same place next week with another one of these videos. Mark and Munch out.